He's a longtime Roland and Boss user, and he's also a member of the Roland Product Consultant team. Please welcome Jeff Skunk Baxter. Mr. Baxter. You're a sit-down player. You can sit down.
Well, as this thing's warming up, it takes 30 seconds. The whole concept of Roland is about making musical instruments for musicians, and the room is full of incredible musical instruments, but just think for a minute about the people that have been on the stage and on the different stages around here, the musicians who actually play this. And there's been an unbelievable amount of talent in this room working for Roland. Just like you to give them a hand and some of the players that have done it. It's unbelievable. These guys work so hard to learn their craft. And the nice thing about Roland is they build instruments for us to do this stuff. So, okay, what can you say? Stratocaster does all the things that Stratocasters do, which we love. But I spent years in my college dormitory with a Dremel moto tool and a soldering iron, putting in every different kind of pickup that you could possibly, because people would bring into my room and say, can I have this and this and this and this? Well, it's the nice is the wrong word, one of the exceptional things about this instrument is it has a number of different kinds of tones. I mean, it has a Stratocaster tone, and it's interesting. Anybody tell the difference? It's tough, huh? That's the natural Strat, and this is the V Strat. Pretty amazing. So now what if you wanted to, all of a sudden you were, kind of telly guy. You wanted to be a Telecaster player. Well, one click of the button, and you're all of a sudden a telly player. The next thing is, okay, well, so maybe I get some hair extensions and wear a leather jacket and stuff like that, and I want to be one of those guys. Well, now I can click in my humbucking pickup, and all of a sudden I'm, a death metal guy. Now that's just one thing, and again, I don't have to take a soldering iron and put 50,000 pickups and slide them in and do all this kind of stuff. This instrument does all that. Now, what if I wanted to, and this is so much fun. Okay, what if I wanted to have a different tuning? Ever try to tune to a drop D tuning on stage? It's a horror show. With this, one click of the button. I'm feeling folky. Tones that Stratocaster has all go along with the different tunings, so you're never at a loss for changing tones. See, I'm just wearing my glasses here, and since your side, I didn't have to look at one. This is one of my favorites. On a lot of the John Carpenter movies that I do, all the bloody vampire movies, John really likes baritone guitar, but I have to pick up baritone guitar and put it on. This way I could be working in the track, saving money, and a cool sound. And then this blows my mind. This is something that's always bothered me on stage, when I have to somehow walk over to an acoustic guitar on a stand, which is usually full of beer and has a couple of ball bearings in it from some guy in the audience to throw something. And it's difficult to be able to. That's amazing to me. And I was doing a gig with Boston, and we were doing a thing for Make-A-Wish. And I just started playing this, and Barry went, "What the hell is that?" I said, "It's a guitar, you know. You go ahead, do your thing, and I'll do mine." And then all of a sudden, if you want to be electric, same thing. Now, somebody many, many years ago asked me to try to put a tremolo bar into an acoustic guitar, and I did it, but it took a lot of effort. So, how beautiful. How beautiful is that? So not only is this an incredible instrument for not having to carry a whole bunch of stuff to the gig and be able to do things on stage that you could never do. For instance, bands are actually starting to make records that sound like records now, as opposed to, you know, put on a flannel shirt, get really high, you know, play the same chord for 2 hours. That means that you got to produce records. To produce records, you have to do different things. Well, maybe you want to have an acoustic guitar in the second verse. Maybe you want to have an electric guitar in the third verse. Now, instead of live having to run around digging the ball bearings out of the acoustic guitar that's on the side over there, you can just go from acoustic to electric and back and forth from baritone. To me, it's just this is such a great tool for guitar players. And for a live performance, I'll tell you, I don't want to take a lot of guitars. I would rather just have one instrument. So all I can tell you is this instrument is absolutely, absolutely fascinating to me. I'm going to take this one home, try and stop me, and spend a lot more time with it. I'm in the midst of doing a solo record, and I want to use this on it because this means that live I can switch back and forth from different instruments. Now, again, if there's anything particular you want to hear that I haven't done, it's all there. There's even some even more fun stuff. This will kill you. For all you guys that are playing in bar bands, and you know it's time to crank up a Rolling Stones tune. And then, for all you guys out there going, well, all that Stratocaster crap, yeah, what about, you know, what about the jazzers? Well, Super 400. It's amazing to me. I can hear the wood in this guitar. Anyway, I don't know what else to tell you. You got to get one of these. Have a good day.